Hello everyone and welcome to Farmer Joe Homesteading. I have been wanting for a while now to show you guys the goats that we have decided to keep back for the 2025 breeding season. But then I remembered I actually never did a video wrapping up our 2024 kidding season. So I will start out this week by showing you guys all of the kids we got for 2024. So our 2024 kidding season started off with a bang in mid-February with our favorite doe, Mama. She ended up having a mumble-jumbled mess and not a very easy delivery, and she had triplets. Unfortunately, one of her triplets did not make it through that first night, despite all the colostrum and efforts. And so we had a doeling and a buckling from our sweet girl, Mama. Next, we had 3 weeks between those two, and our doe, Star, had a beautiful set of twins. She had them completely on her own, and they all did really, really well. Star is an excellent mom. Babies were up and starting to suck, and she had a doeling and a buckling as well. After that, we kind of had a absolute whirlwind. And Aloise had kidded sometime in the night on her own. I had been doing some night checks, and she had kidded kind of in between those times and had a beautiful set of twin bucklings in the morning. Everest had her single buckling. He was also one we had to pull. He was quite stuck since Everest is quite small. We had been trying really hard to not have big bucklings out of these first freshener does, but unfortunately for Miss Everest, she still ended up with a big single buckling. So all was well with them. We did have the vet do an exam on her because she tore really bad, and it was all superficial, so she was good to go. And she has been just a fantastic mom taking care of her little buckling. Luna did kid shortly after that as well. Luna had her very first set of twins. Luna has given us single bucklings 2 years in a row, so a set of twins from her was just really exciting, and she also gave us a doeling and a buckling. After that, we had our meat does. We had our sweet girl Ivory kid with a set of triplets, as well as her sister Indigo, who had a set of twins. Now, we were able to capture a little bit of each one of those. Indigo had her beautiful twins. They are twin doelings, and we were able to be there for one of those and make sure they were tended to, licked off, and sucking. And then we got to all be there and witness the triplet birth with Ivory. She had some beautiful bucklings for us this year that are all growing really nicely. And then we had our sweet doe Ivy kid just a few days after her sister, and Ivy also gave us a beautiful set of twin doelings. So lots of kids in a very short amount of time. From Star to Ivy was only 7 days. So in 7 days, we had all those girls kid, which was fantastic. We had lots of goat babies on the ground, and everything was going so smoothly. And then we had some of our first fresheners kid in April. I had held off with Jessie, Sally, and June because they were a bit younger and I wanted them to kid a little later. So they all kidded at the end of April. The first one to kid was Jessie, which was an absolute surprise. We were 10 days away from their due date. I don't typically start keeping a close eye on them until 7 days, so I was starting to get ready for another round of kidding, but I wasn't doing checks regularly because I knew I had a little bit of time. She hadn't bagged up at all, so we did end up bottle feeding, and unfortunately, we lost a buckling from Jessie because she'd had them sometime in the night when I was not doing checks. They were premature, so our little sweet Bo Peep was a whopping 4 pounds, very dainty, and we did give her lots of attention. She did spend some time in the house on the bottle, and we tried to get her out with her mom as much as possible so that her mom's milk would come in, and we succeeded, and her mom's milk did come in, so she has been full-time with her mom. We supplemented her with a bottle for about 3 weeks just to make sure she was off to a good start, especially being a bit premature. And she has just done amazing ever since then. After that, we had June kid again early. She kidded 5 days early. So I was keeping an eye on them, but I wasn't quite doing night checks yet because we were checking ligaments and bags and things. And so she had her healthy little buckling in the night all on her own, and she did fantastic. She has been an awesome mama. He was already sucking and knew what to do when we found him in the morning. And then our last doe to kid was Sally. Now, Sally is a spoilt bottle baby, just like June and Jessie. And so she was very clingy. She did not want me to leave the pen. She wanted me to stay by her side, but she just wasn't really making a lot of progress. She'd start pushing and then she'd give up. And she had another big buckling, just like Everest did. And he was just a big boy, and she didn't want to push because it hurt. So I helped her out a little bit to get that little guy out. She did well. She didn't have bad tearing like Everest did. And her little buckling has done amazing ever since. And she has been a very attentive and good little mama to her little buckling. And that wrapped up our kidding season. We ended up out of 11 does with 19 live kids, and we couldn't be happier. They are all doing so well. We have had amazing luck with really, really good mamas. We assisted 3. We assisted Mama with her triplets. I assisted Everest with her big buckling, and I did assist Sally with her big buckling. But that was it. So for me, I thought that was fantastic for 11 does and having 5 first fresheners. I was very happy with how everyone did and the success we had in our kidding season for 2024. But that is not it. We also welcomed in a new kid that we had flown to us, and he is a gorgeous purebred Saanen buckling, and we could not be more pleased to have him here with us on the homestead. He has done fantastic. He is growing really well and just the cutest little guy, and we cannot wait to use him as our new herd sire for the dairy herd. So I do plan on talking a little bit more about him in my next video when I go over who we are keeping, because if we're flying him over here, you betcha we're keeping him. So really excited. 2024 season got me even more excited for the 2025 season, and I can't wait to share with you all who we are planning on keeping for the 2025 season. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you back and keep up with our farm. We have lots of things going on every week, and it is so fun to get to share it with you all. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys next time.